If you're doing the complaining, the blaming, the shaming, and excuses and laziness, don't be in business.
Take 100% responsibility for your results. Every post you watch, it's like, is this AI? Is this a bot that's making comments? We're actually what we call now in a trust recession. For our audience, like what isn't working for social media at the moment and what won't work in 2026?
Yeah, facts right now, guys. What isn't working is if you're really seeing the lack of growth online with Instagram, the things that I really want you to prioritize, and this is coming back to how to build more trust, is... All right. We are back here with another episode, but this time we have Mr. Jordan joining us for a double whammy, us two.
Hello, everyone. How are we?
How are you, my love?
I'm good, babe. How are you?
I'm good. This is an exciting one we're doing today, but, obviously we haven't done a podcast together and it's coming to the end of the year, and I think a lot of people are like switching off, slowing down.
Oh, I know I am.
I am not. Nah. But we thought, let's start giving the listeners some epic things that have really started to become a recent change with business owners, service business owners, coaches, and talking about what is currently working with Instagram, but also what's not working on Instagram. And I think this is going to be a really epic episode for everyone that's listening right now. But before we get into it, guys, if you haven't already subscribed,
hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
And turn on that bell notification.
Yes.
So you don't miss an episode.
If you want more chest moments and more of these epic episodes to come out, but also incredible guest speakers where they're sharing their voice, their chest moments, this is your opportunity right now to support us, because this all is about impact, and we want more listeners, more subscribers, so we really can make a difference in the world.
Yeah, it really does help us when you like and subscribe, guys. It pushes the podcast out to more people so we can, influence and help more people get to their goals as well.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. What's the big thing right now? I feel like service-based providers, business owners are treating their Instagram like it's 2020, which is, you guys are a little bit outdated. Let's talk a little bit more into that, right, Jordan? Because we've noticed a lot of changes more often now, and how important it is to be top of mind, be adapting to what's current, be adapting and evolving. What are some of the things you've started to see that's happening right now that, is really affecting people?
Yeah, so we all know AI and everything's here, and you can see it all over the place through your Instagram. It's now even in the comments and everything like that. So every comment you read, every post you watch, it's like, is this AI? Is this a bot that's making comments, et cetera, et cetera. So we're actually what we call now in a trust recession. So
that's epic.
People, it's like people now are just like finding it so hard to trust, and that's why it's so much more important now to be online, be authentic, and be consistent.
I think what's really important to elaborate on the trust recession is, even myself, when I'm on sales calls, people are like, well, I don't even know if this is a real person.
Yeah.
And even a lot of the people that come to us who have worked with other, business owners, coaches, agencies or other things, they've been burnt.
Yeah.
They've been burnt. So there's also a lot of resistance right now, and the trust recession is really big. And that means it's not to scare you guys, but it's like, how can you start building more trust, more authority, and how can you have more of a presence that's true to who you are? What are some of the things I've noticed, even when we've been speaking with our mentors and our age demographic, they're seeing so much online and they're feeling like, well, there's all these younger people doing all this stuff. I can't do this. And, we're really here to set the record straight. You have the ability to be such a point of difference based on you being who you are and owning who you are. But what isn't going to help you if you're just doing fucking generic shit or being lazy? Like, isn't it true?
Yeah. So, like the content these days, like you need to keep up with how the quality is, the messaging, what you say in your post. It can't be just like, hey, here's my T-shirt. I want to sell this to you. Right. It's just not enough these days. Having just pictures and stuff like that, just doing all trends and stuff. Trends will get you, reach or views and stuff like that, but it's not really going to your probably ideal audience, unless it's like some sort of fashion thing. But for service-based business owners, you really need to be, talking about your brand, having those lifestyle reels, posts, carousels, all that sort of stuff, and building that connection with your audience.
Look, I think what you're saying is really true, and I really want to, bring this forward because now it's your time to start to reflect on what have you been doing and not doing. And it's really now about, if you have been good, it's about being exceptional. If you feel like you've been posting and nothing's been happening, it makes sense because you need to do more research, but most importantly, building the foundations of what's going to get you to set yourself apart, be ahead of the competition, but also have that presence and authority online. So we're going to take you guys through on some of the key things on what isn't working specifically and what you should be doing instead.
So, like, for our audience, like, what isn't working for social media at the moment and what won't work in 2026?
Yeah. Facts right now, guys, what isn't working is generic posting. And that's basically, I'm just going to put something up with a very small caption with, a lot of people right now are using ChatGPT, and we're all for AI. We're very big on it. We're in that sort of element of investing in that. But you can tell when people are using ChatGPT, and it just takes away from trust. It takes away, your excellence. It's really, I believe, downing and kind of making your business really be affected by it. Just looks like you're not even trying. It looks like, you know what, I'm not even going to try and do this myself. I'm going to get someone from another country to post it, which is nothing wrong with delegating, but you are the business owner and it is your responsibility to have control of what is being written. And if your posts are generic and there's no depth and there isn't actual language and the foundations and it's mediocre, it's honestly, you could get away with it for 2020, probably 11 years ago when I started. But that's what's going to ruin your business if you're just, hey, ChatGPT, put this caption together with hashtags, which is outdated, by the way, and just putting up a post right now because it's lazy. It doesn't, like, I'm a business owner, I want all this money, meh, but I'm not going to do any work. I'm just going to go pay someone $7 an hour to do it, have a cute little photo, and then hope for the best. I still want to be a 7-figure business though, right?
Get it off your chest.
I'm just honestly, because it was so much harder, with when we really started to work together because we did the fucking work. And this is, again, not to put anyone down, but guys, you need to have depth in what you're writing and putting out there. How often, you love what we love what we do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm very angry right now. The Brazilian's coming out. We love what we do so much. We give so much. And you can feel it. You can see it when people come into our school. They see our ads. They're like, we can tell you're genuine. We can connect with you. Your energy is good. Do you think a fucking generic post of your bloody, offer is going to be feeling really connected?
Yeah. Yeah, it's touching on that AI scripting and stuff. So when you use AI, by now, if you've used it enough, you'll see the rhythms and you'll see like there's a rule of 3. It's like, you're da-da-da-da, but da-da-da-da, but da-da-da-da. Like, and it's like in this rule of 3 sort of thing, and then it goes into a couple more lines, and there's another rule of 3, and then a couple more lines. But it actually doesn't. It reads really well. But one thing that my mentor told me the other day was like, it doesn't go deep enough. It looks good, it reads good, but it actually, like, if you take a step back out of it and read it objectively and go, oh, I didn't actually get anywhere from there to there. I'm still in the same place. It doesn't add value. It doesn't take you on that journey sort of thing. So it's really important, if you are going to be using GPT, to at least get good at copywriting and spotting the parts that don't work. So then you can go in and edit it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, like, if I use GPT all the time, or one of the AIs all the time, Claude and all that sort of stuff. But I don't just copy paste any of the copy. I go through, I edit it, I make sure that it flows nice. It goes through the right copywriting frameworks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. And it's really nice that you bring this up because we're not saying don't use AI.
yeah, no, it's a great tool.
Absolutely. But you can tell when you've used it. So you need to be bringing in the depth. And it's so funny when we see, but the truth is, oh, here's the truth.
Here's the truth.
Here's another truth. And then every post says, but here's the truth.
Yeah.
Which again, it's just context. So coming back to what's not working to what you've just said, we want you to use AI, but you also need to start having the language where when people read it, they can hear you. You know, the way I write versus how you write is so different. I'm very emotional, story-led, which is something that is really important for people to do. But you also need to have different rhythms of how you're writing with, you know, your facts, your logic, your emotional connection, relatability, and why does it matter for them?
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that that's, you know, what you brought up. It's so important.
And like, as you were saying, like to connect with people in different ways, there's so many different frameworks you can use. And you can even create your own. Like I've created a couple of my own sort of frameworks that and I've tested them on ads and stuff and they work really well.
Yeah.
You know, it's really important to, you know, if you're doing a story, to have that epiphany bridge and that empathy in there. Whereas if you're doing like a sales copy, it's more problem, agitation, solution, or
I love when you get nerdy like this. Wow.
or using like more emotional hooks and logical hooks into the body sort of thing. And so like, it's a lot of different things, but really important to learn.
And this is again what we support our students with. I love when they come back to us like, it worked. Look at it. I was like, it's not working. So yeah, I think, you know, that's a big thing now when it comes to posting.
So you mentioned our clients and how they come to us and they're excited about the frameworks and stuff. What is it that you see currently that we have been teaching our clients that they come back to us and they're like, hey, this is working?
Yeah. Yeah. I think what's really important with this is that grabbing attention on social media needs to be fast now. And the biggest thing for them has been kind of removing the fluff and filler words with our hooks that we give them, frameworks and prompts, but it's their words in their language of their audience. Has been really cool to witness them leveraging our way of frameworks, but them understanding, you know, how to get to the point with the thing that allows them to have a curiosity gap with their content. And I've been loving hearing from people like Nikki or Sadie where they're getting so much more creative with their content because they're really thinking outside the box now. They're really about, you know, not, you know, spending, you know, like cinematic shots. It's like the most simplest format, which is what we give them, gives them the ability to, one, fast track it, especially with our viral content plan that we've built, this amazing bot. But then they get the creative ideas. And so you're seeing all our clients do all these amazing reels. And it's something that we're noticing now with our students as well with the content types, which I've spoken recently on other videos, is that they're now seeing the importance of having a blend of personality, storytelling, authority content, and of course, direct selling, which now that we've kind of spoken about that trust recession, you know, your content is really about having the relationship, building the trust, but also making sure that your presence is built and also that you're engaging with your audience. So one thing I've noticed that they're jumping on their stories, and with our Travis, you know, framework that we teach them, which is something we've been implementing now with engagement phase, they're on their Instagram stories and they're showing up. What's been working is that they're top of mind. They're on there and they're sharing their wisdom and they're solving a problem. And they're also bringing in, which is the trust piece, you know, who they are as a brand and building their authority. Have you noticed that? Like, it's so cool. I get so excited about it because we watch. We're lurkers. We're very
we
big
lurk
on
in the background.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We do watch you guys. But yeah, it's really interesting to see what's working for them because they think it's going to take ages. They think it's going to be hard. And that's the thing. It's not hard, but it's being in the right environment for you guys to learn the frameworks so that you implement them fast and you see the evidence working. So they're like, oh, it's working. Okay. So it's been really cool to see what's been working for them. And also just them having really clear direction on what phases they're in with their business, what content to put out if they're doing this for selling, if they're launching, what they need to prepare, their prime, if they're in a delivery phase, which is basically in their back end, how can they go from a direct selling launch into an engagement phase where they're building their audience back up. So it's been really nice to give them a roadmap and to show them what's working. So
Yeah, 100%. And being that we're in a trust recession coming into 2026, like what is it that you think that will help our audience now? What's like one thing that they can do coming into 2026 that's going to help them build the most trust the fastest?
Yeah, I truly believe right now is building authority, and it can be done really, really fast. It's not enough now to have a business company or being, having a business, being the business owner, right? So what I mean by that is right now you need to be owning who you are as a brand and thinking about how can I leverage proximity and authority, starting a podcast, being able to go on stage and speak on stage. So did you know building authority as a speaker increases 2 times your authority online, right?
It does, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
How
Legit.
often, even, I can't believe I'm saying this, my clients are getting more paid gigs than me at the moment. I'm like, wow, that was so fast. I was like, that's awesome. But yeah, like it's really beautiful to see that authority is going to be the one thing for 2026 for you guys to start implementing and really being top of mind. And where we're going with now, trust, social proof, being on other people's stages, who you're working with, networking. And as I said, the speaking thing is a massive thing. Being a speaker, being invited to speak on stage, and you don't need to be paid to do this. We encourage you to just every day, who can I be on stage with? Who can I collaborate with stage? Who can I create or do our own event? One of the biggest things we always do for our students is we give them the opportunity to speak on stage, because what does it do? It builds them.
It increases their trust.
Yeah.
Sort of on topic of that, don't particularly remember the name of this entrepreneur.
I know who you're going to, I don't remember either.
But there's a great example of how fast the stage can build authority for someone. So this entrepreneur was at like $200,000 a year or something like that. Or maybe it was 200 million.
I think it was 200 million.
Billion.
Yeah, it was
That's
200
what it was.
million.
So we went from 200 million, and he made a decision. What was the word?
Decision!
To, in the 12 months, get on a stage every day.
Wow.
Not like every week, but every day.
That's something I need to do.
And he literally, like, 10x'd his business. He went from, or more than that.
Yeah.
He literally went from a $200 million business to $1 billion business in 12 months from being on stages.
Yeah, that's so good. And again, it's that thing that we talk about being good versus being exceptional. We did a business plan when we were in Melbourne, and then we sat down on all the goals we had. And it's really about, what do I need to do to be great? And it's the people, if you're thinking of wanting to have that big business in 2026, you do need to go obsessive on, how can I do this every day? How can I be seen by people every single day? If I want to be a speaker, I need to be on stage every single day. If I want to have a 7-figure business, how often do I need to speak about my offer and, invite people in, build that trust, show my clients transformations, build the authority. And I think this is just a great reminder. And it's not to say, oh, well, this feels too hard. You know what? Fuck yeah. But it's because if you want something that level, you got to fucking act that level. Yeah,
100%. You got to break through those ceilings.
Yeah.
No entrepreneur's made it
No.
by not breaking through discomfort. So,
Yeah.
you're the, what's the word?
Is it the 5 people you surround yourself with?
No. It's like you're the results of the actions you take,
Yes.
sort of thing. So if what you've got now isn't enough, it's because you haven't been taking the right actions 3 months before.
That's so true. And that's a big thing when we're thinking about delayed gratification. There are moments of time where people have gone, well, I'm just going to stop. And it's in those moments where you shouldn't have stopped that you were probably just 3 feet away from gold, from reaching your potential. So I think, if you're really seeing the lack of growth online with Instagram, the things that I really want you to prioritize, and this is coming back to how to build more trust, is really having that message you stand for. Now, I am a business owner, I'm a business mentor, and I'm a speaker. My message is about finding your voice. That correlates with strategy, authority, and presence. Do you see where I'm going with that? I know what my message is. Visibility is the most important thing. And that all ties into that one message, finding your voice, presence, visibility, and having the conversions that match with that.
What's already shifting in the way that people buy from coaches
Mm.
on Instagram now?
So when I started in 2014, what was really big was the level of how you spoke on your stories. So on Instagram, we know you have your shop front, your feed, and then you've got your stories. And I remember when I started, it was a non-negotiable for me to jump on my stories every single day.
I remember.
And I did it religiously, and I still do it religiously. We'll be finishing up and I'm like, I've got to jump on my stories. I'll do it every single day without fail. And this is where the shift is happening with coaches, business owners, service business owners too, because that is where 48% of sales are being made organically.
Yeah,
and
it's huge.
also in the DMs, right? Which means the way that we need to start leveraging and accelerating and implementing the DM strategy that we teach our students is this is where the trust recession is important. So you need to have the new learnings of DMs in the conversation. How often have people gone, hello, and do you want to work with me? Or let me, send you my link. It's a process, and there is a beautiful element and a beautiful strategy that removes resistance and trust, and you get to be yourself, because they're the two things that is going to work for your business where people are buying from. The other thing is with that question is people are watching is she legit or is he legit? So they don't just go onto your Instagram. It's also they're looking at your podcast, who you're associated with, are you speaking on stage? Are you doing a YouTube? People want to see the level of proof you have. A lot of the things I love that I get on calls with people about is they're like, wow, you've got so many testimonials, and we've just literally just got a whole page of it. It's annoying. Some of my clients are like, I wanted to get to the booking page and I couldn't get there. And I was like, yeah, and it's true, but we're proud of it. And it was really nice. We recently had a lady sign up, Lisa, and she's like, you can just A, tell you care, and B, everyone that's spoken to about you on the testimonials, they say, they just have so much enthusiasm and energy. So what's really important as a business owner?
I think her line was you can just tell they're being real in their testimonials, not forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy to feel or think that there's business owners out there that make people do it. You know what I mean? I think it's so important genuinely that you collect testimonials, video testimonials. That's another big thing with the business that you're owning. A written thing has nothing. It might have a couple of things. You can do screenshots. They're great for your stories posed, but people want to hear. The other way that people are now shifting on making a decision too is having client testimonials where you're with them for the day. What's really working with helping buyers make a decision is not just your generic testimonials, but we took Siobhan out for she hit consistent 20K months. But it was a whole day where we were conversational, we were sitting together, and it just makes it more real when you're in the video with them and you're introducing them, and also you're having a conversation with them, which shows that you're really big on community. Yeah. And people buy from community because they want to feel like they're belonging, that they're part of something. So I think those key things are really important, and if you're not doing that, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah. And I think the brands that will be, that will create legacy and stuff like that are the same as they've always been. Mm-hmm. The ones that build the community, the ones that build a place that people feel like they're a part of something other than just
take
a
my
product
money
or something like that. So, perfect example are Nike, all those big brands, Apple. You're not just buying their product, you're becoming part of something that is a belief system and a value.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why we've introduced, these in-person workshops for our Empire School, because we love our community so much. Like, we're online and we teach online, but we also teach in person. And so that's another big key element to anyone that has a business. How can you make your experience for your customer that gives them that sense of community, that you could do something in person, that you can, create VIP launch days, workouts in person, retreats, being able to do, trainings where they can come and have lunch with you. That is the level of what I believe is going to make people want to buy more, because they want to be a part of something. We've been online for so long, and after COVID, people are longing that connection. And so that's probably the most important part of all it all.
Yeah. And probably more so in the next 5 years with all the AI coming.
Exactly.
They'll really want, people to be showing up online more.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
How many posts do you think someone should be doing, let's say, a day to, see some sort of change in results in getting their audience to trust them?
Yeah, I think this is a really good question, because the bare minimum is not even a thing anymore. Like, 3 times a week is not enough.
No.
Not at all. And if you're a smaller business and, you're someone that, yes, you may not have the time, this is where it's really important, you utilize a mentor or someone that can help you with, the ideas, because the biggest thing people struggle with is the content paralysis. But I believe people need to be posting every day. If not, the most important thing, and this is a Brock Johnson thing, he talks about quantity. And so I think your mentor, or even, Grant Cardone, was like, post 20 times a day. That was a really bad accent. He does not sound like a cowboy.
Yeah. No, that's it.
But
Alex Hormozi talks about it too. It's like it's more about maximizing, not optimizing. And the more you maximize things, like, don't worry about the vanity metrics.
Yes.
Just maximize what you can do.
Yeah.
And that will be the fastest way to growth. And that was like a huge key takeaway for myself listening to that book, was like, because he was talking about ads at the time and I was optimizing. And he's like, who gives a shit if your ROAS is,
just keep going, do more.
just 2x. He goes, if I could spend $1 million and get 2 million back, I would do that every day.
So true.
Rather than trying to fight for that little, 5% or whatever and get it, to 4x.
Yeah.
Just maximize it. Same with your content. Don't worry about, I only got like 100 likes or whatever. Who gives a shit? Imagine being in a room with 100 people.
Exactly. And even then, guys, you might think, oh, it must be so easy for you guys, you've done it. But the thing is, it's getting harder, because now, because there's stuff changing with AI and ads, we're actually going, oh, we need to do more ad creatives. We need to do more content creatives. We're not going, well, this is fucking hard. Life sucks. No, like cunt. Oh, sorry for saying that word. But I'm like, I get so frustrated. It's harder for us, but we're excited about it. And that's the difference. We're willing, we're committed, we're disciplined. And coming back to the question on quantity, you do need the systems for it. And so it's not to say 20 a day if you can't handle it. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, no.
But if you have the right systems, the right frameworks, the strategy, and the biggest thing is, set yourself a challenge. If it's every day, do it every day. Tell your audience, hey, I'm going to do a series on this. I'm going to talk about something every single day. Come on a journey with me. Like, that is impressive. And as Jordan said, forget the validation metrics. If you're in that, oh, I need to just figure this out, and then it just practice makes progress, and it's not about posting randomly. It's intentional posting that is going to allow you to have the results you want, the branding authority you want, and the fucking awesome clients that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many 7-figure business owners do you know, Tam, that when you look at their Instagram, their average view count is, say, 500 to 1,500, and yet they're 7-figure business owners?
Well, that's it.
They still show up every day.
Exactly. And that's the thing, I'm not looking at their engagement and views. I'm looking at what they're saying, what they're doing, their habits, their their way of being, what their methods are, but most importantly, what rules they live by. And that impresses me. And I love seeing people that are persistent and, in love with what they're doing and are on the journey with them.
Yeah.
Even our friends who
So that becomes inspiring.
Exactly. And people buy based on who they want to be known for, who they want to be like. So it comes back down to also you are a byproduct of who you are and who you surround yourself with. And also, as you're posting, your goal is to build that presence as an authority of a founder that people want to be a part of your world.
So, Tam, coming up to the end of this episode, it's been amazing and so much insights. So thank you for that. And what would you like to get off your chest?
I think people are fucking lazy when it comes to their business and complain too much. And it's getting to the point now that if you're doing the complaining, the blaming, the shaming and excuses and laziness, don't be in business.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
Guys, take 100% responsibility for your results.
Yeah.
You're the only person that is the common denominator to all of it. So take responsibility and own it.
Mm-hmm. Look, I've done a lot of shedding with this year of snake thing, so I'm coming up a lot more fiery. So just be prepared. There's more in me right now.
Fiery, Tam.
I'm ready.
You
like me fiery.
Makes my days interesting.
It makes it very interesting.
Very spicy.
That is for another podcast, but it's been such a pleasure. Do you want to have a chest moment too? I feel like you should have a chest moment.
I have a chest moment? What would I like to get off my chest? It's really resonated. It's pretty much the same as yours. Like,
yeah.
I'm just tired of people just, complaining and just not putting in the effort. It's like, well, what do you expect? No one's going to fucking do it for you.
Oh, they want you to spoon feed.
Yeah, no one's going to do it for you. Get your fucking ass off. Stop watching TV. Stop playing fucking games. Stop fucking drinking on weekends. Like, whatever it is that you do for killing your boredom, replace it with fucking work. Like, we last year, we worked so hard. Like, I'd left my job and there was no fucking TV.
There was no
nothing even on the weekends. It was just work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It got us to the point where we were pretty run down, but like we got through it. But look where we are now. So,
I feel like we've come out of that really good.
This year's been amazing.
It's been so good. Yeah. So guys, without further ado, this is Tam and
Jordan.
And this is Say It With Your Chest. We'll be back for another episode next week. We will see you there. I remember the first time I spoke on stage. My heart was racing, palms sweaty, voice was shaking. I was terrified. Not because I didn't know what to say, but because deep down I was afraid of being seen. I was afraid of my own power. But here's the truth no one tells you. Speaking isn't about perfection. It's about connection. When you step onto stage, whether it's a room of 10 or 10,000 people aren't just listening to your word. They're feeling your energy. They're watching to see, does this person believe in what they're saying? Does this person believe in themselves? The power to command a room comes from owning your story, not performing a script. That's what amplifies your voice, and that's what creates impact. I spent years shrinking myself, dimming my light, thinking I had to sound like everyone else to be taken seriously. The moment I let go of the performance and I chose to lead with my truth, my voice changed, my business changed, my life changed, and that's what I want for you. Because when you learn to speak with authority, to lead with conviction, to show up as the fullest, boldest version of you, you don't just inform, you transform. Own your message and create the kind of presence that moves people into action, because your voice is your greatest asset. It's time to use it. So if you're ready to stop shrinking, if you're ready to step into the leader you were born to be, join me at Show Up and Speak Live. The mic is waiting, the world is waiting, and so am I.